latest to clear the city's hurdles and get a license from the city is MPN Health Society. That's located at Kingsway and Clark Drive. The city says they plan to approve several other licenses in the days ahead. However, many other marijuana dispensaries in the city continue without a license under the threat of being shut down. My next guest is Don Briere. He's the owner of several marijuana dispensaries in the city and elsewhere, the owner of Weeds, Glass, and Gifts. And I'm very pleased to welcome him to the show, Don.
Hi, how you doing? It's great to be on your show.
It's nice to have you back on, Don. How many marijuana dispensaries do you own?
Right now we have 21 operational and more coming up.
21. Is that just in British Columbia?
Well, no, we have them back east. There's 3 in Ottawa. We have 1 in Quebec City. We'd like to go to Halifax. There's all kinds of other places that are, the demand is there. It's people are opening up over and over in Toronto, even though they're wasting our tax resources on closing them down.
Okay, you've got to be one of the biggest marijuana retailers in the country, right? I mean, has anyone got any more stores than you, or are you? That's why they call you the king, right?
Yeah, that's
You're
pretty
the
much.
king of cannabis.
Yeah, that's right. We do have a lot of retail, and we as far as we know, we're the largest retailer in Canada, and we can.
I have no doubt about that. With 21 stores, are any of your dispensaries in Vancouver? Have any of them received a license from the city?
No, none of them. So we're filing a charter challenge right now, and we've also had issues in Abbotsford. I don't know if you were aware of the recent success we've had against Abbotsford.
Yes, I am. Tell me about your court case against the city. What is the essence of your charter challenge?
Here in Vancouver, well, this is Canada-wide, so the charter is across Canada. So basically, it's that we have access, and again, we've won this, not just in court, but we've also won it under appeal. So they've lost and lost and lost, and yet they're still continuing to, squander our tax resources. So basically, it's under the Charter of Rights. We have easy access to cannabis, and if that's denied, then it's hurting the people, and that's the reason why in Abbotsford the judge ruled in our favor, because people needed to have access, reasonable access, and that's under the Charter of Rights. And the basis of this decision is they couldn't close because people would suffer immediately. We have, as an example, here in Vancouver, one of our gentlemen. Right across the street from our Richards location, he's in a walker. It's a challenge for him to get across the street. And then once he gets here, he's so happy. He cannot afford a bus, he cannot afford a cab, and he most certainly does not want to wait for something to be mailed to him. It could be wrong, and on and on.
Hey, Don, why not just go through the normal official channels and get a license from the city to operate your dispensaries?
We tried, but the thing is, as you know, there's 171 applications, and they said they'd maybe do 16, and so if they had a 200-meter range, say, like they do in Victoria, a lot of our stores would be able to stay. But they've made it difficult because of the density and the amount of schools in the area. It's really hard. And so, as an example, for alcohol on Commercial Drive, there's a bar beside a bar, and then across kitty corner across the street, there's another bar, and it's under 100 meters to a school, and it's right across the street from a park. So.
Okay, so you're saying the rules are not fair for the marijuana dispensary?
Not even remotely close. Sorry.
Yeah, because under the city's rules, you must be located in a commercial zoning, and you must be more than 300 meters away from a school, a community center, or another marijuana dispensary.
Correct.
Do any of your dispensaries meet that criteria?
No, none of them. They're all, the criteria is so broad that again, once more, I think there might be 170 pegs and maybe 20 holes. So they're basically closing down a vast amount of the stores. And so again, we have 130 staff, and we're all paying taxes. We pay GST, PST. We pull money away from organized crime. We don't buy heroin or guns. We support the police. What's wrong with this picture? Is it willful blindness by not working with us? Nobody's really talked to us. They listened to us, but I think the ink was already dry on the decisions that they were going to make.
Where do you get your marijuana from?
We get our cannabis from licensed producers, and we also get them from personal production people. And of course, this is confidential, but so I won't be giving out any names.
Okay, well, personal production people, I mean, one of the things the police say is that they're still concerned that the dispensaries are technically illegal, and maybe the marijuana is coming from criminal sources, like gangs are growing the pot.
I agree. That's why we're wide open on this. We require receipts for every transaction on everything, full names, phone numbers, all these kind of things. We have accountants that are doing it. And as an example, if you can want to do the math on this, in 1 month across Canada, for harmonized tax, we're talking at a point of 13%. We paid $431,000 in taxes, and that was just the harmonized taxes. And then after that, we've got personal income taxes. We've got UIC, Canada Pension, WorkSafe, as well as corporate taxes, as well as property taxes to the rent. And again, we support the police. We don't buy guns or heroin.
Okay, why isn't it not reasonable for the city to have a limit on the number of these dispensaries? Like you mentioned, they want to approve, did you say 16? Is that how many they're planning to approve?
I'm not quite sure, but between 16 and 20.
Okay, well, it's a limited number, far smaller number than the number of dispensaries that exist right now. What is wrong with that? I mean, why does a city the size of Vancouver need over 100 marijuana dispensaries? Isn't that too many?
Well, that might be a little too many, but I think in a free market, eventually...
Little.
Yeah, eventually.
They're
Well,
like Starbucks coffee shops now. They're
true
everywhere.
enough. True enough. But would you take account on how many places you can buy alcohol? Restaurants, pubs, cabarets, and all these places, liquor stores, and on and on and on. And then what about Loblaws with Rexall drugs? They want to put dispensaries right in their stores and put a side entrance to the wall so they don't contaminate the smell inside the dispensary, inside their drugstore. But they don't care if they're
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but they don't care if they're right across the street from a school. So, if you want to play ball, you better make the rules fair. Because, again, once more, look at Abbotsford. Why hasn't the police chief raided Mary Jane's in there? Why? Because the courts are on our side, the people are on our side, and the police are on our side. Okay? The mayor, this is the crazy guy that sprayed pathogens and manure on the homeless people, and he's demanding that these stores be shut down when we have people coming from the hospital for the cancer patients, really sick people, and we don't understand what's wrong with this person. So the question is he being paid off, or is he that ignorant?
Okay, Don, let me ask you this. I mean, you're an experienced businessman. You've got
Yes.
a lot of experience with retailing marijuana with the 21 stores that you own in Canada.
Right.
Why not just play by the rules and do what the city is asking? Like, if you really want to run a good commercial operation, why not find a place to sell your marijuana in a commercially zoned area,
Okay, all right.
300 meters away from a school, and just do business according to the rules?
Okay, well, I'd like to answer that by why doesn't the city of Vancouver go with the rules of Victoria? And Victoria is far more common sense. Again, we look at people who waste our tax resources.
But hang on a second, though. Why don't you just do what I just
okay,
said?
all right.
Couldn't you find a place that meets the criteria?
No, we've looked all over the place. They're again, because the limitations. As an example, if you're in the center of 300 meters in every direction, that's 600 meters across. So by the time you pop in a school and another dispensary, there is no room. There is no places to really find dispensaries. They're far and few between. Again, change that meter to 200 meters or 150 meters like alcohol. They got alcohol stores side by side by side. Okay, and you want to see where we spend our police resources? Come to Granville Street at midnight and look, freedom of information. Why don't you check it out and see how much money we spend on that? And again, you're going to tell the guy that is in a walker that he's got to get on a bus because he can't he can't have a dispensary right across the street from where he is. There are no dispensaries around our Richards and Helmeken store that are within reach of this poor gentleman. And he has been a taxpayer and a worker all his life for this country. And again, it's not hurting me. It's not pushing me away. You're pushing these people, these sick people. And again, if you look at the Allard, I'm holding the Allard decision right here in my hand, and it's reasonable access. Okay, why cannot the city give these people reasonable access to cannabis? It's far safer.
What is your constitutional challenge against the city going to court?
Well, actually, if you want to contact my Davidson group, Dean, he'd be more than happy to give you all the details on that.
Okay, that's your lawyer. Okay.
Yeah, Dean Davidson, and he's filed on our behalf. He's also won. It was the following update is a recent unsuccessful application of the city of Abbotsford to attempt to close Mary Jane's Medical Dispensary. So you know.
Okay, Don, I always appreciate you coming on the show. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. That is Don Briere. He owns Weeds, Glass, and Gifts. They call him the King of Cannabis.